Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife, whose bodies were found in their Santa Fe.
Gene Hackman, a name synonymous with Hollywood greatness, iconic roles, and an enigmatic persona. But behind the fame and accolades lies a story shrouded in mystery and darkness. In 2024, a shocking letter surfaced, revealing the untold truth about Gene Hackman's life, his fears, and his mysterious death. What did the letter say? Why did one of Hollywood's greatest actors choose to disappear into the desert? And what was the dark secret that haunted him until his final days? In this video, we'll uncover the shocking truth behind Gene Hackman's life and death. Stay tuned, because this story will change how you see one of Hollywood's most legendary figures. The man who walked away in 2005, Gene Hackman did something unprecedented. He walked away from Hollywood. No grand farewell, no final interviews, just a quiet retreat to Santa Fe, New Mexico. For decades, Hackman had been a dominant force in cinema, delivering unforgettable performances in films like The French Connection and Unforgiven. But at the peak of his career, he chose to leave it all behind. Santa Fe became his sanctuary. Away from the paparazzi, the flashing lights, and the relentless demands of fame, Hackman lived a simple life with his wife, Betsy Arakawa. But why did he leave? What was he running from? The answers lie in a letter he left behind. A letter that would shock the world. Hackman's life in Santa Fe was a stark contrast to his Hollywood days. He spent his mornings jogging to the desert, his afternoons reading, and his evenings sitting on the porch, gazing at the sunset. To the outside world, it seemed like the perfect retirement. But beneath the surface, Hackman was battling demons that no one could see. The final letter in January 2024, a letter was discovered in Gene Hackman's old office in Santa Fe, written in his own trembling handwriting. The letter revealed a side of Hackman that no one had ever seen. It was not a letter of gratitude or a farewell to fans. It was a cold-blooded indictment of himself. Hackman wrote about a haunting prophecy he had received as a young man. You won't die in Hollywood. You'll disappear in the desert. This prophecy became the guiding force of his life, leading him to leave fame behind and seek solace in the quiet of Santa Fe. The letter also revealed Hackman's deepest fears. His fear of losing himself, his fear of the Hackman family curse, and his fear of being forgotten. It was a raw, unfiltered look into the mind of a man who had spent his life running from his own shadow. Hackman's letter was not just a confession. It was a warning. He wrote about the dangers of fame, the loneliness that comes with success, and the price he paid for living in the spotlight. It was a chilling reminder that even the brightest stars have their shadows. The Hackman family curse. Gene Hackman's letter unveiled a dark secret, the Hackman family curse. According to Gene, the men in his family were destined to die alone or by their own hand. This curse haunted him throughout his life, shaping his decisions and fueling his fears. Hackman recounted a chilling moment in 2008 when he heard the voice of his father, who had taken his own life when Gene was just a boy. This encounter solidified his belief in the curse and drove him further into isolation. Despite his success, Hackman could never escape the shadow of his family's tragic history. The curse became a self-fulfilling prophecy, leading him to retreat from the world and live out his final years in solitude. Hackman's letter also revealed his struggle with depression and his fear of becoming like his father. He wrote about the nights he spent staring into the darkness, wondering if he would meet the same fate. It was a haunting glimpse into the mind of a man who had everything but felt like he had nothing. Betsy Arakawa, the woman behind the legend throughout his life, Gene Hackman had one constant, Betsy Arakawa. She was not just his wife, but his anchor, the only person who truly understood him. In his letter, Hackman referred to Betsy as his last sanctuary, the one who kept him grounded in reality. Betsy was the one who suggested they move to Santa Fe, away from the chaos of Hollywood. She stood by him through his darkest moments, offering him the love and stability he needed. But even Betsy couldn't shield him from the fears that haunted him. Hackman's letter revealed his deepest fear, losing Betsy. He wrote, "If one day Betsy is no longer here, I will have no reason to stay." Their love was a beacon of light in his otherwise dark world, but it was also a source of his greatest fear. Betsy's role in Hackman's life cannot be overstated. She was his confidant, his protector, and his greatest love. Without her, Hackman's story would have been very different. Hollywood's reaction when Gene Hackman's letter was made public, Hollywood was stunned. Colleagues like Clint Eastwood, Dustin Hoffman, and Al Pacino expressed their shock and sadness. Fans around the world were left reeling, trying to make sense of the revelations. The letter forced the world to see Gene Hackman in a new light, not just as a legendary actor, but as a man burdened by fear and loneliness. It was a stark reminder that even the brightest stars have their shadows. Hackman's letter also sparked a conversation about mental health in Hollywood. Many of his colleagues came forward to share their own struggles with depression and anxiety, highlighting the pressures of fame and the importance of seeking help. Gene Hackman's life was a paradox, a man who achieved greatness but was haunted by darkness. His final letter revealed the truth behind his mysterious death and the fears that drove him to retreat from the world. What do you think about Gene Hackman's story? Was he a victim of his own mind, or was there something more sinister at play? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories from Hollywood's golden era.